Petition to establish Vista Anaheim Charter Middle School. Action item.
My name is Michael Matsuda. I am your superintendent. We welcome choices for our parents and our community, but it's all about informed choices. And we challenge any charter organization that wants to come into AUHSD to really make a fair case with integrity about those choices.
Charter schools, the idea is supposed to be, giving something that is lacking in a school area. In other words, a charter is supposed to come in and offer something uniquely different and better.
The petitions for a charter school are serving grades 6 to 8. And as you can see, there's a lot of unanswered questions that all of us have.
How can we go ahead and approve it to be a part of our district?
Do we have any evidence?
What's the guarantee? Because
who is liable for that $500,000 loan?
And where are your board meetings held?
How do we compare with what they're presenting?
Are they engaging? Are they really creating a culture where people want to be there?
did you know that Anaheim C Elementary School District was separate from Anaheim Union High School District?
Did they do their homework? Do they really know what we're about? Have they really done their research and dotted their I's, crossed their T's?
I have questions about the support systems that you don't have in place.
Do I accept your word?
Do we want to bring this kind of liability into our district with our kids and our community?
Is any better than what we have already done?
It's legal, but ladies and gentlemen, is it ethical?
What will happen if we approve this charter?
Well, that's a great question. To begin, the evaluation criteria is set by Ed Code, which is 47605, and it basically talks about these 16 elements where to accept a charter, they must meet that threshold. It's really an all or none. If they don't meet one of the elements, that's cause to not accept. So with the curriculum, their science curriculum does not meet the next generation science standards. Yeah, so as you look at their curriculum map and you look at their petition, there's discrepancies in the language that they use. What they said in one was different than what they have in the other. If they didn't have a lot of the programs that we have in our district, it was a significant lack of literacy. If you look at their program, they have a heavy reliance on before and after school programs. With special education, there is no description of a full set of services for students with disabilities and students receiving accommodations through a 504 plan. Staff for students with special needs are not budgeted. There was no clear evidence of a specific plan on how special education services will be provided at that site. The overall petition is not consistent with sound educational practice. That's what Educational Program 1 element really asked for. Their petition shows 75 tests a year to measure student outcomes. And clearly, they're driven by tests. The board members on their list, none of them are local representatives. They're appointed to represent. Who's holding them accountable? There's no budget or plan provided for the provision of breakfast and lunch to our students. They have an inadequate budget for counselors and healthcare staff. There's no provision or regulations for asbestos or lead within their facilities. 47% truant. It's just not matching. Again, why only one suspension? That's a concern. It's not accurate. Currently, Vista Campus gives priority to children of Vista employees and developers, up to 10%. Well, isn't the purpose to serve local children? There's other issues that come forward as we review this petition. The petition presents an infeasible budget. The budget also relies on loans which are not guaranteed. There's no assurance on those loans. There's no terms on those loans. And that's money they're depending on to run the school in addition to what they would get from us. That's concerning when we don't have those terms, and that's not guaranteed in that plan. And this also has to do with the integrity and the honesty of Vista Anaheim Charter Middle School. At their presentation, they were real clear in their report that there were no audit findings during their presentation. Well, on March 30th, 2015, LAUSD audit found Vista Charter Middle School is not in full compliance with provisions, standards, and procedures, including financial procedures and not holding regular board meetings. It failed to demonstrate an understanding of the timing of the receipt of various revenues and the relative relationship to the timing of expenses. Given all that I've already shared with you, all these reasons why we think you need to reject their petition, I want to point out in Education Code, section 47605A6, it states, commencing January 1st, 2003, A petition to establish a charter school may not be approved to serve pupils in a grade level that is not served by the school district of the governing board considering this petition, unless the petition proposes to serve pupils in all of the grade levels served by that school district. Their charter school does not propose to serve all grades 7 through 12, which again, that's who we serve.
This evening was the opportunity for your superintendent and his cabinet and this incredible team to respond to the petition that existed and the data that is part of the public record, such as data quiz. So if your questions have not been answered, what that means in my world is that they failed to meet their burden and their responsibility.
I don't know how we could possibly move this forward and approve a charter based upon what we're hearing. There's too much information that has been lacking, not forthcoming directly, should have been here in the first place. And with all that aside, when you look at the education code, you don't fulfill that. That's the nail in the coffin.
Staff's recommendation, as you heard tonight, was to adopt resolution number 2015-/16, Board of Trustees -03.
So I so move to accept the staff recommendation and approve resolution number 2015/16 DOT-03 to deny the charter school.
I second.
Second, third.
Okay. First and seconded. Roll call.
Aye.
Mr. O'Neill, Mr. Jabbar,
Aye.
Mrs. Smith,
Aye.
Mrs. Piercy.
Aye.
And myself, aye. That's 5-0 to deny. Thank you.
But I got to say that going through this process, it was commented that, as you go through the 16 elements, there was a realization that this is really not so much about Vista Charter, but it's more of a celebration, an affirmation of all the great things that are going on here in our AUHSD family. The collective work that's going on in this great district. And on behalf of all of our staff, I'd like to thank the board for their vision, the certificated and the classified staff for your dedication and hard work and training and willingness to serve our communities. And most importantly, to thank our parents and our community for their love of our schools, so that our 31,000 students can realize their highest dreams. Thank you very much.